Alright, so if you could tell everyone who you are.
My name is Dr. Patricia Ryan.
And you're a family doctor.
Yes.
And you were just in with us,
Yes, I was.
listening to Dale talk.
Yes.
And so what did you think?
He did an excellent job. I mean, he really has the facts about what he's talking about. I have studied this whole vaccine problem for a long time, and he's very well informed.
So we've just been talking just now, but you used to vaccinate as a family doctor, but you don't do that.
No. I vaccinated. I graduated and, like every other physician, did what was recommended. But as they started adding on more vaccines, I started to question that. In addition, I questioned a lot of things about medicine and started to learn more about nutrition, about biochemistry and molecular biology and why things happen. And that led me into understanding more about the risks of vaccinations. And so I changed the way I practiced.
So when you were learning to be a doctor at medical school, what was your tuition on vaccines? What were you taught?
You were just taught that they help prevent disease that were crippling, like polio and encephalitis, things like that.
They help to prevent encephalitis?
Yes.
Wow.
Or meningitis.
It's ironic, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, and so you became a doctor and you started to follow the schedule. And what was it that made you question it? Why did you think anything could be wrong?
Well, I just questioned all of medicine. When I went to medical school, I wanted to know why people got sick in the first place, and that question was never really answered. And then as I got into practice, I noticed that people were sicker than they were even 10 years ago. Finally, I had 4 children, and my youngest child, after her first vaccination at 2 months, screamed the whole way home. I mean, screamed abnormally. And my mother's instinct just said, I'm not going to give her another vaccine, and I didn't. But it opened my mind more to allow people. I always question things. I think people have the right to question their doctors about everything.
As a family doctor, if you don't vaccinate, you're missing out on a lot of money.
Oh, that doesn't bother me. I'm not in medicine for the money. I'm in medicine to help people and to do the best of my ability.
You need to get out and speak about. You are the perfect doctor. You've got lots of people sending you hearts and love. So did you see the damage done by vaccines? Would you vaccinate and then people would come back and say, look, you're sick? Or...
I quit doing it probably before it got, I quit doing it about the year 2004. I did have one patient who had twin daughters, and I didn't do the vaccines, but her history was they both got cerebral palsy after their MMR shots. Twin daughters. They were fine. So, I started to question when I met her. But I didn't see, I saw a lot of babies screaming, I would get that phone call, but I didn't see any specific adverse events myself other than that. Later in my practice, when I started to focus more on nutrition and detoxification, that's when I started to see the sick kids coming in with their parents. When I had more answers for what they could do about it, ways to detox from vaccines and help their gut and help their immune system, then I saw a lot more.
And so you were talking about the Gardasil vaccine, which is, as Dale correctly said, one of our top most danger, if not the top, the DTaP, I'm afraid, possibly trumps it right now. But tell everybody what you think as a family doctor. What do you think of the Gardasil vaccine?
I think it's terrible. First of all, it's not indicated at all. Second of all, I think it's a very dangerous vaccine. I've seen heard of horrible side effects where girls are literally in bed in pain, can't move. I studied under a person, I won't say her name, but she was called in on a case where a girl, after the first Gardasil vaccine, her arm hurt. After the second one, her personality changed. She ended up in a wheelchair. She wouldn't interact with people, no eye contact. When they did genetic testing, which is not available in the United States, but there's genetic testing in Europe, epigenetic testing, that can show what chemical is attached to your DNA. This girl had several of the chemicals in the vaccine attached to her DNA, and when they detoxed her from it, she returned back to normal. So there are things in the vaccine besides what they tell you about that are causing harm to our children.
As a family doctor, and I know I'm pretty on the spot here, but it's very important, as Del just talked about in there, that we do the right thing. So I'm going to ask you, as a family doctor, do you believe there are any safe vaccines on the market today that have been given to the people?
No, I do not. I do not. I do not want my grandchildren to get any vaccines. I really try to educate. When people ask me, I try to educate them on. And I'm pretty passionate about it. I put it on Facebook and annoy people all the time, I know, but I think it's one of the most important things we need to talk about in our society today. It's very, very important.
I'm sorry, it actually made me cry. Josh, take over. I can't do it. Don't do it on me. Do you know how long we've wanted to speak to someone like you? There's so many damaged, look at all the dead babies. Dead Gardasil girls there. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for saying what you're saying.
Well, I agree. I really believe this. I'm very passionate about it too. I started getting teary-eyed when he was talking because I'm very passionate about it. You know, and then when they combine the vaccines with Roundup, and see, we're in the corn state, we're in the Corn Belt, and Nebraska is #1 per capita for Parkinson's disease. #1 in the world per capita for Parkinson's. When you combine vaccines with the pesticides and herbicides that are in our food, it's a double whammy. So we really need to wake up and start doing something and speaking up. And mandating vaccines is very, very dangerous. Very dangerous precedent. And we have the right to say no. And we need to say no.
Thank you. You can hug. Oh, can you imagine if every doctor did the right thing like you? It would be over. There'd be no more dead babies, no more dead people. So grateful to you. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome.